Welcome to TravelScout channel. For today's video, we will take you to Savannah, Georgia. We will be going to explore Savannah, Georgia and discover the best places to visit, things to do, what to eat and everything that makes your stay here memorable. But before we start, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and click the notification bell for more future updates here on the TravelScout channel. When travelers heard Savannah, the first thought that pops into their heads is a sight of cobblestone streets lined with moss-laden oaks. And for the most part, well, it is actually not that far from the truth. However, there's so much more than Savannah can offer. Take a glimpse at a few of our favorite sights and sounds around this city, and you too will yearn to come back year after year. Forsyth Park. This park offers a beautiful, green lush landscape and is popular with both tourists and locals alike. And you'll find 30 acres of trees, flowers and other foliage. There's almost always something going on here, from the outdoor concerts to a farmer's market that's open every Saturday. Forsyth Park is also home to one of the most picturesque spots in all of Savannah. The huge, gorgeous fountain is totally Instagram-worthy. The Owen's Thomas House. If you're an architecture guru, you probably already know this Savannah, Maine. But even if you're not, just be amazed by its luxurious style of living and the history of Owen's Thomas House. The main example of English Regency architecture, the house was built in 1819 and is abundant to fill an entire block. Now, it's a National Historic Landmark. Telfair Museum of Art. The oldest art museum in the South is housed inside the classical Regency mansion, designed by an English architect and purchased by the son of the Georgian governor. The home was completed in 1819 and it lasted within the same family until 1875. When the last surviving member of the Telfair family left the home and all of its furniture to the Georgia Historical Society. The Cathedral of St. John the Baptist. Considered the most majestic building in all of Savannah, the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist definitely will make your jaw drop. Be amazed at its towering spires and stained glass whether you're attending a religious mass or enjoying guided or self-guided tours. The cathedral was built in 1876, but a historic fire destroyed much of what was there in 1898. But in just 2 years, the cathedral was rebuilt, and now it calls itself one of the top 10 historic sites to visit in the United States. Wormslow Historic Site. If you're looking for that classic southern photo with the mossy oak trees hanging over a beautiful lane, this is where you'll see it. This historic site includes a beautiful avenue of oaks and Spanish moss that leads right up to the ruins of Wormslow, a colonial estate that is the oldest standing structure in Savannah at this point. The Savannah Waterfront. Yes, Savannah has a river waterfront, and sometimes people are surprised to hear that. River Street has historical significance as a warehouse row, highly supporting the cotton industry. However, it was abandoned for decades after the yellow fever epidemic and was put back into use after the 1960s. Today, visitors can enjoy walking the cobblestone streets. Bonaventure Cemetery. Considered one of the most beautiful cemeteries in the world, and it's on many a visitor's bucket list. See the moss-laden oak tree goodness and a taste of southern spooks in Bonaventure Cemetery. The property is more than 100 acres and you can take a free guided tour rather than just rambling around on your own. Old Fort Jackson Historic Site is the oldest stature brick fort in Georgia, built in 1808. The fort was named after a Georgian governor who released Savannah from British rule, and it was at one time one of the strongest defenses in the entire United States, as it was built completely of earth, then faced with brick and then topped off with a wooden platform. Though additions were made to the fort during the War of 1812, it looks much the same today as it did at that time. Fort Pulaski National Monument. Located on an island in the river between Savannah and Tybee Island and was built in the 1800s. Marked a turning point in military history, being the first Confederate masonry fort to fall under Union cannon fire. You can see here the trails such as the North Pier Trail, which goes through the original construction building and passes a 19th century battery. There's also a lighthouse, a historic dike system, bike paths, and more. The University of Georgia Aquarium. This marine education center and aquarium is situated on Skidaway Island, near downtown Savannah. There are lots of exhibits on the marine animals that live nearest the state, and also lots to show off interesting things, and not even always marine animals. The Andrew Lowe House was built in 1848 and features an Italianate exterior and much grandiosity and elegance. This home was in the family of Juliet Gordon Lowe. After her death, this particular home was acquired by the National Society of the Colonial Dames of America in the state of Georgia and eventually opened to the public about 75 years ago. The Mercer Williams House. If you are a literature enthusiast, then surely you will add this particular house tour to your bucket list. The dignified mansion was once home to lyricist Johnny Mercer, but also Jim Williams, straight from the pages of John Behrens' Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Williams is known as the only individual in the state to have ever been tried 4 times for the same crime, a gruesome murder that took place right within the house. The Owl Pink House Restaurant. A combination of romance and ghost? Why not? That's exactly what the Owl Pink House portrays. The beautiful setting is super elegant with chandeliers, 18th century architecture, and a lovely dining room fireplace. Expect southern cuisine but elevated so you won't have to worry about too much butter popping the buttons on your dress. Ships of the Sea Maritime Museum. Do you find ships interesting? Then this museum is a perfect place for you. Here, you can see all kinds of memorabilia revolving around the ships of the 1700s and 1800s. It was once the home of the same man who owned the very first steam-powered vessel to successfully cross the Atlantic Ocean. But even if you are not up for all of the boat stuff, the museum also offers the largest gardens in Savannah's historic district. So, what do you think of our video? Please comment down below and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more future updates here on TravelScout channel. Thank you for watching!